Well, I just want to do a little update on all the different things going on here. Got a lot to show you, so let's get started. So first thing I want to talk about is my my garden, planted mostly for my kids, but also for us. It's not doing as good as I had hoped it would do. There's some stuff I haven't even taken care of at all, but one weird thing is that my cucumbers will not grow in this soil, and I think that's really weird. I planted them as seeds first, and only one of them actually came up, and then because of that I went and actually bought plants, and they just kind of quickly died too. So I don't know what's up with that, but one thing that's doing really well are these beans. These are a purple bean. They're doing pretty good. The peas did okay. I haven't put any trellis or anything for them to climb on. They do better if they did have something like that. Let's see what else we got. We got all kinds of stuff. We got tomatoes that I just left in their pots, and there's actually a tomato on this one here. I'm not trying to do anything with them. I pretty much left them there to die, but they're still growing, so whatever. In this bed I planted beets, but they actually didn't really produce. They all sprouted and then they all kind of died. Over here I have some watermelon radish, and even the radish isn't really doing too well. I'm really wondering if when I composted all this microgreens soil last year, if maybe because the way everything grew all over it, maybe it actually pulled a lot of the nutrients out, and I probably would benefit from using some fertilizer on this garden, and I haven't added any fertilizer to it, so that's probably what's going on. Let's see. Pumpkins are doing all right. They're covered in blossoms. They're obviously not producing anything yet. This couple of these basils actually are doing pretty good. These were the microgreens basils that I just took out in chunks and planted here. Some of the other ones are not doing so good, but some of them are doing all right. There's a red garnet amaranth. That was just imported with the seed from the soil. And let's see, I got this guy here, this red Russian kale. That just was a seed left over in the soil from microgreens. There's another red garnet amaranth. These are carrots. These are a purple carrot. And they're doing okay. I really need to weed everything too. And these are just regular carrots, and they're not doing as well, but they're doing all right. I have a sprinkler that comes on at noon every day for 15 minutes, I think. And so it's definitely not lack of watering. Maybe, if anything, maybe I have too much water. I don't know. Parker's corn patch is doing pretty good. It's, well, it's about knee-high on the 4th of July. And Annabelle's peppers are doing pretty good. A couple of them actually have peppers. And let's see. The tomatoes are not doing too good. They are producing, but they're just not very great looking plants. I don't think they really like the way the sprinkler is coming over every day and putting dirt up on them. That could be part of the problem. They probably also don't really appreciate being covered with peas, but this whole thing was just something to be fun, you know, something different. I wasn't actually trying to do anything too special with it, but so next I'll show you some microgreens, and the fans are on in there, and I'm not going to shut them off because it's hot out, and so hopefully they're not going to be too noisy, but let's go in there and see what's going on. Alright, here we are in the Microgreens Palace. We've got a lot of stuff going on in here. We got some just regular stuff you've seen a million times. We've got some pea shoots, a few trays of amaranth. This one I might have left them covered a hair too long because they actually kind of laid over a little bit. They got so tall, but I think they're actually doing really well. Some basil, more pea shoots, more amaranth. Here's some mustard. This is that this True Leaf Market spicy Oriental mustard that I absolutely love. It's very inexpensive. Here's some sunflower. The sunflower I've actually let go probably a day longer than I should have, so it's not ideal. So there's some first true leaves are starting to show, and you really don't want that. They look a little mangled because I've been watering pretty heavy, but they're not bad at all. These are green pea from True Leaf Market, and these will have just tons of tendrils on them, and so that's what they're really special for, is for the tendrils. I typically charge more for the tendril peas because I get a lower yield and they take a little bit longer to grow. These are some beets that I grew as a microgreen that I just never did harvest, and so I just let them keep growing. And I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're perfectly edible beet greens as they are. Here's some more mustard that I actually had a problem with damping off, and I never did anything about it, so half the tray is ruined. Yeah. Some red garnet mustard that's actually ready to be harvested. Some more of the Oriental mustard. This is some red arrow radish. More sunflower. Some Rambo radish. This is ready to be harvested. If I would have harvested it a day or two sooner, it would actually be more purple. The purple kind of starts to die off as it grows and turns green. Some more red garnet mustard that's not as old as the first tray I just showed you, but it looks awesome. Some butter crunch lettuce that I really like this lettuce. I grow it as a microgreen, and I put it in a mix, and it's a really super tender green. And then the one you guys probably have not seen too often from me. This is my beautiful blackout box. Here we have corn. The corn's doing awesome, and I'm gonna put that back in the dark there. I added a little bit of panda plastic to the outside just to try to keep it a little bit darker than it was, because some light was coming in through here and then coming up through my holes, and I just wanted it a little bit darker. The fans are still running. It's still circulating air, but it's not pulling in a ton of fresh air. Next, we'll see about the hydroponics. So all the hydroponic stuff just in the past few days really started taking off. We're going through a heat wave here in New Hampshire, and it's been in the 90s regularly for the past few days. But everything's really starting to go pretty good. This is a garden salsa pepper. I actually already ate one of these, and it was hotter than I expected it to be. I've found that peppers are hotter when you grow them hydroponically, but that's just my opinion. It's a habanero that's not doing all that great. It's been doing kind of weird. Things have been dying off on it, but then it's producing all these other like pepper plants off the side of it. I'm just letting it do its thing. These are just regular bell peppers, and these they shot up in the past few days. They just got tall all of a sudden. That's more of them. Same thing with the cantaloupe. The cantaloupe is flowering like crazy, and up until a week ago, it didn't look like it was going to do anything, and then all of a sudden, it's just started growing really well. These are the peppers I grew from seed that I pretty much had left for dead, and then just put them in here anyways, and they've all started to come right back. These ones are habanero. These, I believe, are all jalapeno, and these are some mixes. I think one of them or a couple of them are it's like a chocolate bell, so it's kind of a brown bell pepper, but it's unbelievable. These pepper plants, these were dead basically. I mean, there was almost no leaves left on these at all. In the past few days, they just really started going wild, coming right back. Something else you might find interesting. This is my pile of microgreens flats that I dump. So there's a pile back there that I was dumping over the winter. You can see this whole area is a mess. I gotta clean it all up, but there's a lot of stuff growing in here. So these are sunflowers. And those are just, leftover seed that, didn't sprout when I was growing it, or it's a shoot that I just left in there in the flat. There's all kinds of mustards in here. Look at these beets. Beet greens. Pretty nice, pretty purple. And then over here, this is where I started. So that pile I'm not dumping in anymore. I'm letting that compost down over the summer. And then this pile, this is where I've been dumping now. And I've got all kinds of peas. And me and the kids and I, we actually come in here and we pick these and we eat them. They're really good. No reason not to eat them, but it's just always interesting, the stuff you get kind of freebies, because it's just soil. I'm just dumping it here. I'm not trying to take care of it or anything, and whatever I get out of it is just a bonus. You can see I got some chard in here. Another one over here. And things have been doing so good in here that I actually watered this yesterday, which is a strange thing. I would normally not do that, but we haven't had any rain recently, and things are doing so good, like these peas that are free, that I felt like, I should probably just hose it down real quick. So that's going to be the update for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There was a lot to show you, a lot to go over. I haven't been recording as much lately, partly because it's just been summertime and it's been beautiful, and I've been doing more stuff and less recording the stuff I'm doing, but I try to show you guys things as I go. So, thanks for watching. Happy Independence Day, and enjoy.